Good morning, everyone. Today we'll go for the anatomy of the nose. Okay. Before that, nowadays when fashion is came, okay, many people are tempted to trim their big noses. Okay, they are undergoing plastic surgery for perfect nose. Before that, we know that in world first plastic surgery of nose or rhinoplasty or any surgeries of nose, okay, it was done by the Acharya Sushruta. Okay, in world only the first what the plastic surgery of nose done by the Acharya Sushruta. Okay, nowadays only the same method of plastic surgery of nose, okay, going on in the all the world. Okay, what are the procedures? What is the procedure for the plastic surgery of the nose? The same technique was shared by the, or they are nowadays we are following the same technique is following nowadays by told by the Acharya Sushruta. Okay, the many peoples are tempted to trim their big noses undergoing plastic surgeries. Okay, the animals don't suit their looks, so if they are walking around with huge honkers, they don't care. Those long noses usually play an important role in their survival. Okay, the in now first of all, the it is a nose in the human being is a part of projection above the mouth, okay, on the face of the person or animal, containing the nostrils and used for the both purposes, one for the breathing purposes, another for the smelling purposes. The nose is a part of projection above the mouth or center of the face, on the face of persons or animals, okay, and they are containing the nostrils. The human nose is the most protruding part of the face, okay, it bears the nostrils and it is the first organ of the respiratory system, and it is also the principal organ in the olfactory system or smelling system. The shape of the nose is determined by the nasal bones and nasal cartilages. On average, the nose of the male is longer than that of the female. The nose is the body's primary organ of smell and function as part of the body respiratory system. The hairs in the nose clean the air of foreign particles as air makes moves through the nasal passages, and it warmed and humidified before it goes into lung. Okay, the nose is have the ability to smell, okay, that comes from the specialized sensory cells, okay, that cells are say as a olfactory sensory neurons. Okay, these are present in the roof of the nose, okay, or nasal cavity. Okay, and each olfactory neurons, okay, sensory neurons, which are found in a small patches of tissue highly inside the nose. These cells connect directly to the brain, and each olfactory neurons has the each own odor receptor. It has own one odor receptor. Okay, this is about the introduction of the nose. Okay, now go for the next slide. Okay, the nose has the two parts, mainly external nose and bony nose, okay, you can say as a and nasal cavity. Okay, external nose and nasal cavity. The nose will consist of the by the two, one is cartilages, another one is by the bony. Okay, the nose consists of the external nose and the nasal cavity. The both are divided by the septum into right and left halves. the septum is present in between. Because of the nasal septum, we have the two nostrils. Okay, or you can say as a divide as a two halves. One is the right and left half. Okay. The external nose anatomy. Okay, the external nose has a two elliptical orifices. Okay, are called as a nostrils or nares. Okay, which are separated from each other by the nasal septum. Okay, then the lateral margin of the nasal nostril, or say as a ala nasi, and this is rounded and mobile. Okay, you can see here, this is the nasal nose, external nose. Okay, these are the openings. These are say as a nostrils, and these are lateral margin. They are say as a ala nasi, and these are the rounded and movable. And this is the tip of the nose, and this is the dorsum of the nose. Okay, you can go for the next slide. In that you can clearly understand the external features of the nose. Okay, you can start from the nose. It begins from the in between the eyebrows. Okay, and that part is say as a root. Okay, this is the root of the nose, and this is the bridge. Okay, and this is the dorsum nasi. Okay, and this is can you say as a, this is angle between the nasofacial angle. This is a nasal, and this is a facial. That's why this angle is say as a nasofacial angle. Okay, and tip of the nose is say as a apex. Okay, and lateral margin of the nostrils, okay, or nasal cavity is say as a ala nasi, and there is one groove or sulcus is there. Okay, that sulcus is say as a nasal alar sulcus or alar nasal sulcus. Okay, and these are have the two nostril openings, can say as a anterior nasal array, and in this is the septum, which divides the nares into two halves, right and left. That septum is say as a nasal septum. Okay, this is about the what external nose features. Okay, the framework of the external nose is made up above by the nasal bones and the frontal processes of the maxillae and the nasal part of the frontal bone. Okay, you can see here, this is the maxillary process of the frontal processes of the maxillae and nasal part of the frontal bone. Okay, here is the nasal part of the frontal bone, and these are the maxillary processes of the frontal processes of the maxillae. Okay, and below the framework is formed by the plates of the hyaline cartilage. You can see this is the hyaline cartilage, and this is the bony framework of the nose. Okay, this is the bony framework, and this is the cartilageous framework of the nose. Okay, can go for the next slide. Okay, you can see as a this is the root bridge, and bridge is mainly made by the nasal bones, and these are the cartilages, and this is the lateral cartilages, and in between you can see the septal cartilage. Okay, that divides the nose into right and left halves in equal ways, and you can see the lesser alar cartilages. Okay, these are the lesser alar cartilages, and these are greater alar cartilages. Okay, and this is the dense connective tissue of the nose. Blood supply of the external. The skin of the external nose is supplied by the branches of the ophthalmic and the maxillary arteries. The skin of the ala and the lower part of the septum are supplied by the branches of the facial artery. And nerve supplies, it is by the intratracheal and external nasal branches of the ophthalmic nerve and the infraorbital branches of the maxillary nerve. Okay, now we can go for the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity is mainly divided into by the four parts. One is the floor, roof, lateral wall, and medial wall or septal wall. Okay, this is a floor, this is a roof, and towards the septum what is there, that wall is here as a medial wall, and towards the lateral what is the cartilage is there. Okay, that is here as a lateral wall of the nasal cavity. Okay, it has the four structures or nasal cavity. It has the floor, roof, lateral wall, and medial septal wall or medial or septal wall. Okay, the floor of the nasal cavity is mainly, you can see this is the floor of the nasal cavity. Okay, it is mainly made by the palatine process of the maxilla. Okay, mainly made by the palatine processes of the maxilla and horizontal plate of the palatal bone. Can see here. Okay, the floor is mainly made by the palatine process of the maxilla and horizontal plane of the palatine bone. This is the floor of the nasal cavity. Okay, now roof of the nasal cavity. It is formed by the entry beneath the bridge of the nose by the nasal and frontal bone. You can see here the floor, this much is everything, it is floor of the nasal cavity. Okay, and it is formed anteriorly beneath the bridge of the nose by the nasal or nasal and frontal. This is the frontal. Okay, this is the nasal bone and this is the frontal bone. Anteriorly by the nasal and frontal bone, in middle by the crimbiform plate of the ethmoid. Okay, this is the ethmoid bone, crimbiform, and it is and located beneath the anterior cranial fossa. Okay, and posteriorly by the downward sloping the sphenoid. Okay, this is the sphenoid. Okay, like this is the sphenoid, ethmoid, frontal and nasal. Like this bony form the roof of the nasal cavity. Anteriorly beneath the bridge of the nose by the nasal and frontal bone. Okay, this is the frontal spit and this is the nasal bones, and this is the crimbiform plate of the ethmoid located beneath the anterior cranial fossa. Okay, this is the cranial fossa and this is the sphenoid. Okay, and posteriorly by the downward sloping body of the sphenoid. Okay, this is the sphenoid. Like this what happened, the roof of the nasal cavity was formed. Okay, now you can go for the medial wall of the nasal cavity. The medial wall of the nasal cavity is mainly made by the nasal septum, and it is a cartilaginous and the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid. Okay, the nasal wall of the nasal cavity is medial wall of the nasal cavity mainly by the nasal septum. It is a cartilaginous. It divides the nasal cavity into right and left halves. Okay, and it has a osseous and cartilaginous part. Okay, then osseous, in that mainly it contains the ethmoid bone and frontal nasal bones. Okay, now nasal septum it consists of the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone. Okay, you can see here it is a perpendicular bone of the ethmoid bone, and it is a vomer bone, and these are the septal cartilages. Okay, this is the medial wall of the nasal cavity is mainly formed by the, it is the bony, and this is the cartilaginous. In cartilaginous mainly by the septal cartilages, and in bony by the ethmoid and vomer. Okay, ethmoid superiorly and vomer inferiorly. Okay, like that medial wall of the nasal cavity was formed. Nasal septum is consist of the both two parts. One is the cartilaginous, another one is the bony part, and in the cartilaginous by the septal cartilages, and in the bony part that is perpendicular palate of the ethmoid bone superiorly and the vomer at the inferiorly. Okay, this is the medial cavity of the nasal cavity. Okay, can I already explained? This is the septal cartilages, this is the ethmoidal, and this is the what, humor. Okay, like that what happened, the medial wall of the is one, and just behind the perpendicular ethmoid there is a sphenoidal sinuses. Okay, and it's also see here bone is the nasal bones. Okay, then lateral wall of the nasal cavity. The lateral wall of the nasal cavity is marked by the three projections. Okay, okay, now we can go for the lateral wall of the nasal cavity. In that, one is the concha. Okay, it is a, what is the mean by concha? Actually the word name of concha is scroll shaped or shell shaped. Okay, concha means shell shaped or cone shaped. It also say as a terminates of the nasal cavity. Okay, concha also called as a terminates or terminal, terminate. Okay, or terminal is also say as a called as a terminate or terminal of the nasal cavity. The concha or terminates are the scroll shaped bones in the side of the nasal cavity. Okay, the any of the several these are the what you can say that they are 3 in number only. Okay, and conchas or terminates are the scroll shaped bony elements forming the upper chamber of the nasal cavity. Okay, and these conchas are increase the surface area of the these nasal cavities, by that providing for the rapid warming and humidification of air as a passage of the air. Okay, कैसे air? they are shell shaped. Okay, or scroll like bony, thin bony elements. Okay, forming the upper chamber of the nasal cavity. You can see here. Okay, these are nasal concha. We can also say as a nasal terminates. Okay, and here in this what happened, meatus. Okay, in just below the nasal concha. Okay, you can see as the meatus. The word meaning of the meatus means it is a passage. Okay, passage. The is a meatus is a nasal passage of the nasal cavity. Okay, actually the nasal meatus are located beneath the each corresponding nasal terminates or nasal concha. Okay, these are nasal conchas are the nothing but the these are the thin scroll shaped bony elements forming the upper chamber of the nasal cavity. These are the 3 in number: superior, middle and inferior. These are also say as a terminates. You can go for the next slide. You can show in that. Okay, you can see here these are the terminates or conchas. Okay, concha means scroll shaped bones in the side of the nasal cavity. This is the inferior, this is the medial and this is the superior. Okay, and here you can see the passages in between the two conchas or in between the two terminates, or just below or just beneath the concha can see the passages. These passages are say as a meatus. This is the superior meatus, this is the middle meatus and this is the inferior meatus. Okay, this is the inferior meatus is a space between the floor of the nasal cavity. Okay, this is the inferior meatus. Okay, it is a space between the floor of the nasal cavity and the inferior terminate. This is the largest of the air spaces. Okay, and this is the passway several multiple purposes. And this is the function is, this is a, you can say as a nasolacrimal duct or tear duct, or empties the emptying and any drainage from the eyes, okay, all are emptying here into the inferior meatus. Okay, and okay, and now we can go for the middle meatus. It is present between the it is lies between the inferior meatus and the middle meatus. This is the middle meatus. It is present between the inferior and middle what you can say, the inferior and middle concha. Okay, and it is very important. Okay, in this what happen, middle meatus is the drainage the three paranasal sinuses, the maxillary, frontal and ethmoidal. Okay, this is the maxillary sinuses. Here you can see frontal sinuses and you can also see the ethmoidal sinuses. It is the drainage for the all the three sinuses. Okay, and airflow through the paranasal sinuses, which create the tone of the our voices. Okay, the airflow through the paranasal sinuses, okay, which creates the tone of the our voice. Okay, this is the middle meatus. Okay, and superior meatus is the nasal space that this is the nasal space that lies between the middle meatus and the superior meatus. This is normally the topmost nasal passageway, and and however occasionally there is also supreme turbinate that is above the superior turbinate, and this is the drainage to the paranasal sinuses and the sphenoid and back ethmoidal sinuses. Like the middle meatus, airflow through this passage helps to modify our vocal features. Okay, this is about the our meatus and the terminates also three in number, inferior, middle and superior, and meatus is also 3 in number. Okay, can go for the next slide. Okay, you can see here, this is the frontal sinuses. Okay, this is the superior nasal meatus, concha. This is the middle. Okay, and this is the inferior. Okay, and this is the passages. These are the meatuses. Okay, this is about the lateral wall of the nasal cavity. Lateral wall of the nasal cavity mainly contains the meatuses and the turbinates, or can say as a concha. These are the nothing but the scroll shaped bony bones in the side of the nasal cavity. These are the nasal conchas or the turbinates. Okay, and these turbinates are increase the surface areas of the nasal cavity, by that providing the rapid warming and humidification of the air. Okay, another and meatus. These are the meatus means, word meaning meatus means it is a passage. Okay, is a nasal passages of the nasal cavity. That passages are say as a meatus. These are 3 in number: superior, middle and inferior. Inferior is mainly do the emptying of the tears. Okay, or inferior or nasolacrimal duct or tear duct empties any drainage from the eyes, the starting at the external eye and emptying into the inferior meatus. And it is the head of the nasal wall, inferior meatus and osseous piriform apparatus make up the nasal valves. The nasal valve is the narrowest area in the nasal cavity. Okay, and is often site of the obstruction or due to the deviation septum or other nasal abnormality. These terminate because of the some condition. They may be hypertrophy or it may be increase in their size. Okay. And meatus is a passage. It is also has a three passages: middle, superior, and inferior. In middle, all the paranasal sinuses, maxillary, frontal, and ethmoidal, are become drained into the. It is a drainage of the all the three paranasal sinuses. Okay. Can go for the next one. The lateral wall of the nasal cavity. Inferior meatus. It is a lateral. In that, what nasolacrimal duct was open. You can see this is the inferior meatus, nasolacrimal duct. And middle meatus is maxillary, frontal, and ethmoidal. Here is open or it is drained. And superior, this is the superior meatus. Okay. Posterior ethmoidal sinuses and sometimes frontal sinuses. And sphenoethmoidal races. This is the sphenoethmoidal races. Sphenoid sinuses. Okay. This is about the lateral wall of the nasal cavity. Can go for the next slide. The blood supply of the nasal cavity. From branches of the maxillary artery on the terminal branches of the external carotid artery. The most important branch is the sphenopalatine artery. The sphenopalatine artery is anastomosis with the septal branch of the superior labial branch of the facial artery in the region of the vestibule. The submucosa venous plexus is drained by the veins that accompany the arteries. Like that, maxillary artery and sphenopalatine artery gives the major blood supply to the nasal cavity. Nerve supply by the olfactory nerves from the olfactory mucous membrane ascending through the crimbiform palate of the ethmoid bone to the olfactory bulbs. Okay, the nerves of the ordinary sensation are branches of the ophthalmic divisions and the maxillary divisions of the trigeminal nerve. Okay, you can see these are the olfactory nerves. Okay, each olfactory nerves, okay, has its own one odor receptor. Okay, by the ability of smell comes from the specialized sensory cells. They say as a olfactory sensory. Okay, these are the olfactory sensory patches of the tissue, and they are present inside the nasal cavity. These cells connects directly into the brain, and each olfactory neurons has one odor receptor. By this only you can we can make the smell of the any food or anything we can smell by this olfactory nerve, and these are present here. Okay, and they are anterior ethmoidal, and these are posterior nasal branches by the vestibule. Now lymph drainage of the nasal cavity. The lymph vessels drained by the vestibule and in the submandibular node. The remainder of the nasal cavity is drained by the vessels that passes through the upper deep cervical nodes. Okay, then clinical notes. In that examination of the nasal cavity by the it is the anatomy of the what you can say as a nasal cavity and the external nose and bony. Any fracture or trauma to the nose or any bleeding suspect or any hypertrophy terminates or the you can say polyps are the examination of the infection of the nasal cavity. Foreign body in the nasal cavity. Nose bleeding, it may be local. Okay, local nose bleeding, no any pathological. Okay, these are the clinical notes of the nasal cavity and the external nose. Now we can go for the paranasal sinuses. It name only denotes para means behind. Okay, nasal means behind the nasal. Sinuses means cavities. Okay, paranasal sinuses means These are sinus is present the behind the nasal. That's why it is as a paranasal sinuses. These are this is a what maxillary sinus, frontal sinus, ethmoidal sinuses, okay, and sphenoidal, okay, like this. These are the sinuses, okay. The paranasal sinuses, okay, are cavities found in the interior of the maxilla, frontal bone, sphenoid bone, and ethmoid bone, okay. These are lined with the mucoperiosteum and filled with the air. They communicate with the nasal cavity through the relatively small apparatus. Okay, drainage and of mucus and functions of the paranasal sinuses. The mucus produced by the mucous membrane is moved into the nose by the ciliary action of the columnar cells. Drainage of the mucus is also achieved by the siphon action created during the blowing of the nose. The functions of the paranasal sinuses are resonator of the voice. They also reduce the skull weight, help warm and moistening inhaled air, act as a shock absorber in trauma. This is the function of the paranasal sinuses. Now we can go for the maxillary sinuses. Maxillary sinuses present just behind the maxillary bone, okay. It is a pyramidal in shape, paired and symmetric, okay, and located within the body of the maxilla behind the skin of the cheek. The roof is formed by the floor of the orbit, and the floor is related to the root of the second premolar and first molar teeth, okay. Roof is formed by the orbit and floor is formed by the molar and premolar teeth. The maxillary sinus open into the middle meatus of the nose, okay. Now frontal sinuses are rarely symmetrical, and these are present behind the frontal bone. That's why you can name as a frontal sinuses, or it is sinus is present in the frontal bone. That's why it is as a frontal sinus. Contained within the frontal bone, separate from each other by the bony septum, okay, or nasal septum. Each sinus is roughly triangular, extending upwards above the medial end of the eyebrow and backwards into the medial part of the roof of the orbit, open into the middle meatus. Then sphenoidal sinuses, okay, lies within the body of the sphenoid bone, below the cell turcica, extend between dorsum celli and post clinoid processes, open into the sphenoethmoidal races above the superior concha. Ethmoidal sinuses, they are anterior, middle and posterior. They are contained within the ethmoidal bone between the nose and the orbit. Anterior and middle drain into the middle nasal meatus. Posterior drain into the superior nasal meatus. Separates from the orbit by the thin plate of bone, so that infection can rapidly spread from the sinuses into the orbit. This is the ethmoidal sinuses. Clinical notes: there is examination of the paranasal sinuses, sinusitis and basal fracture, okay. There is Ramphun eyes, okay, you can see here it is a basal fracture. There is a discoloration behind the it surrounds the orbit, okay, because there is a loose areolar tissue, okay. This is about the your external nose, anatomy of the nose, external nose, okay. In that cartilage is bound and bony part, and then nasal cavity. Then you can go for the sinuses, in that paranasal sinuses. Thank you very much.